You saw it, right?
Her ring.
That diamond looked like a little planet on her finger. It caught every light in the room like it was begging people to stare. Everyone stared, and I just felt small.
Small compared to what?
Compared to that. Compared to what it says.
Like,
He chose her. Like, she's worth it. And then I look at us and I think, why don't we have something like that?
you mean a bigger stone?
I mean, Brute, if the ring is that big, the commitment must be that big. If he spent that much, it must mean he won't leave. So why don't you want that for me? For us? Or am I just not worth the weight?
Heavy stones often sink hollow relationships.
Don't call it hollow. Don't call me hollow. You always make it sound like I'm shallow for wanting to feel chosen.
I'm not calling you shallow. I'm calling the measurement shallow.
Same thing. You hear my fear and you answer with a quote. You talk like feelings are a weakness.
Feelings aren't weakness. Letting them drive is.
There it is. You want control. You want to love me without ever having to prove it.
I prove it every day. You just don't count the proof that doesn't shine.
Because it's invisible. Because no one sees it. Because sometimes I don't feel it.
Then say that.
Fine.
Don't turn it into a price tag.
I don't feel secure. And when I saw that ring, I felt stupid for hoping you'd ever
When you
do
say
that.
it like that, I feel like I'm being punished for not performing.
Maybe you should perform. Maybe you should finally show me you're serious.
No, I won't build our love on fear, and I won't compete with your comparisons.
So you're leaving over a ring, over my insecurity.
I'm leaving the fight. Not you, but I'm not staying in a room where love is measured like a receipt.
Wow. So I'm the problem. Classic.
This is the truth, Maya. If you need a bigger stone to feel safe, it won't be enough, because insecurity expands to fill whatever you give it.
Just go, Ethan. Go be stable. Go be stoic.
I will, and I hope you hear this when the anger cools. Love doesn't need an audience to be real. And to anyone watching, listen, if you keep asking for louder proof, you'll miss quiet devotion. Don't trade peace for a symbol. Ask yourself this: do I want to be impressed or do I want to be safe? Because the person who truly chooses you will show up when no one is clapping.
A female narcissist will push every button you have got silently and over time. She'll start with sarcasm, little digs, shaming you in front of people. And when you stay calm, she ramps it up. Disrespect, ignoring you, dismissing your needs, and twisting your words. But here's the kicker. She wants you to explode. Why? Because once you finally react, boom, she gets to say, see, you are the angry one. This is why I treat you this way. You are abusive. You are the narcissist. She flips the narrative, gets to play the victim, and now you are the bad guy. That's what reactive abuse is. It's not just about making you snap. It's about manipulating that reaction to destroy your credibility, isolate you, and regain control. And the worst part? You walk away questioning yourself. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I should have handled it better. Nah, brother. That guilt, that's part of her game.
So today we have the future wife test that men use in 2026. And I think the ladies are going to be extremely surprised at how little amount of criteria we have in what we're looking for. Number one, am I attracted to her? That's what gets you in the door. If you're ugly, it's a cold world out here. You're going to have to lower your standards a little bit. But if you're attractive, that gets you a lot of eyes. A lot of men will be interested. But now we go deeper. Number two, does she have a past that I can accept? That's a big one right there. Because a lot of guys, they meet a woman, she's super attractive, but she's ran through by 100 guys. Not gonna, probably not the wife you're looking for. If she's been passed around like a fucking basketball at recess, it's probably not the one. A good girl didn't slip through that many hands. That's all I'm going to say. And number three, does she bring peace into my life? So after number one and number two have been met, does she bring peace into my life? Because there's a lot of women out there that, they may have a past you can accept, but they're fucking annoying. They're up your ass all the time. They want to argue. They just bring a whole bunch of bullshit into your life. And if you're looking for a partner for life, probably not the best option. And number four, that's it. Those are the three. So as a woman, if you can fit those three categories, you will find a great man and have a great relationship. And all the guys out there, these are the main three that you should be looking for if you want to have a successful relationship. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk today, and I'll see you at the same time again tomorrow.
So I know society tells us women that we don't need a man, but good golly, like right now, one would be really handy. So I'm very glad that I do have one in my life to help with these kind of jobs. Oh my goodness. Maybe if I try with my foot up, that will help. Brendan's done all of these. This is my first one. and it's really hard. Mm. Got it? Got it. That hurts. To the younger generation of women out there, don't believe the lies that society tells you about masculinity being toxic. It's not. It's a beautiful thing to have a man in your life to do those strong things that sometimes us women just cannot do. I did one of those springs on the trampoline. Brennan did the other 60 something, and then he went off to the gym. I love that we are created differently and we complement each other. And I absolutely love having a man in my life. So don't believe what society is trying to tell you otherwise.
And what you would see out of modern women is you standing right there saying, hey, do you need any help? And them snapping back at you. Of course I don't need any help. I got it. You're misogynistic. What a narcissist to think that I need your help all the time and everything is about you. Get away from me. Stop harassing me before I call the cops.
Why don't men check out women at the gym anymore? A lot of men are keeping their heads down and they're trying to pretend that women don't exist at the gym. Social media has absolutely destroyed natural interactions at the gym, and it's unfortunate. Guys who happen to glance over for half a second or accidentally making eye contact, he's labeled as a creep. A lot of men have gotten the overall message to not engage, to not take the risk. The second a guy even glances over in the general direction of a woman, she's got her phone out recording him for social media, completely blowing it out of proportion. Men know that a single false allegation could totally ruin their lives. And at the gym, it's one of the worst places for that risk to actually happen. Even if he offers to help her, he could be considered mansplaining fitness to her, or his very existence makes these women feel uncomfortable. When the reality is most men just go to the gym to get a good workout in. He's there to improve himself. And no man wants to be that creepy guy staring at you mid-squat. The audacity, there's actually some women who get upset that men aren't looking. They spent 30 minutes picking out the perfect gym outfit for them. And then when the men don't look, they're asking, where are all the good men? Why aren't men interested anymore? It's unfortunate it's gotten to the point where men don't even feel comfortable going to the gym anymore because of this. They have to act so unnatural.
She's friendly to everyone. She tries to make you compromise on your morals. She doesn't let you lead in the relationship. She gives you attitude instead of a conversation. She doesn't believe in your goals. She only prays when she's with you and not when she's alone. She gossips and talks drama about other people. She always makes you sacrifice for her and not the other way around.
I would say to all the wives out there towards the men in their life, that man desperately needs your words and your voice. You have the greatest influence in his life, whether he tells you that or not. And your compliments build confidence in him. Most men live quiet lives of desperation, as we quote the great poet and philosopher, that they're going through life and they feel insignificant, they feel overlooked, they feel afraid, and your voice speaking to them. If you want change to happen, you have to celebrate something.
Celebration isn't just for the good moments in life. Celebration builds your life. It's a discipline. You have to practice it. Just like you're, counting how much protein you take in today. Well, how have you celebrated today? How have you spoken life?
My man never has to ask me to delete a number off my phone.
Yeah.
Because that number wouldn't be there in the first place. I don't wait for him to tell me what makes him uncomfortable. I already know. I don't talk to people who don't belong in my life, and I don't hang out with anyone who makes our relationship look messy. Why? Because the way I move in public is a reflection of him. It's a reflection of us. When I choose a man, I choose to respect him. If he is my king, I'm not going to play games or do anything that puts our bond at risk. I'm not behaving because he told me to. I'm acting this way because I value what we have too much to mess it up. A real woman doesn't need a list of rules to be loyal. She just needs a man worth being loyal to.
So if your woman has a celebrity crush, drop her. Let me explain it like this. It might shift your perspective. Your woman spends thousands of dollars to stand in a crowd in order to see a man. Your woman spends hours in the mirror getting ready to go to this concert so she can look good in the hopes that the guy on stage sees her. When has she spent thousands of dollars to take you on a date, to be alone with you, the man she's supposed to be in love with? When has she ever spent hours in the mirror getting herself ready to look good for a date that she paid to take you on? Facts are, your woman is willing to spend thousands of dollars to get hot and sweaty next to a bunch of other girls that are all fangirling over the one man that's on stage. If your woman would rather spend thousands of dollars for that experience than thousands of dollars for a personal experience, then that woman probably isn't for you. It's quite literally idolship. You are willing to travel to a different state. You are willing to spend lots of money in order to stand in front of somebody to sing a song that 9 times out of 10 is pre-recorded and the exact same thing that you would hear on the radio or on Spotify with earbuds in. But the worst part is women will say that other men are insecure and that you shouldn't think like that and it's not that serious and I'll never have the opportunity to be next to them. But the second that they have them within their sights, even if their man is on their shoulder, they are still giving themselves away to these men. So never let a woman convince you why you should allow her to go to a concert. The most common one you're going to get is, I just want the experience. Does she really want the experience? Well, the loud music and the dancing around can be done at a church concert. Does she want to go listen to the Lord? No, she wants to listen to Usher dance around shirtless. She wants to listen to Don Toliver talking about fucking bitches and doing drugs. She wants to be around idols that she idolizes, and the secular music satisfies her flesh.
If you're a man that's climbing the top of the mountain, why are you going all the way down to bring a woman up with you? You should be meeting a woman that's already at the top of the mountain. That's why so many men struggle in dating. You're dating the wrong woman that have no value add. I'm about to trip right here to my death, but it's okay. I'm going to finish this message. The wrong woman will literally kill you. I'm telling you guys that right now. She'll kill your career. She'll kill your passion. She'll kill your dreams. Anything you're working on as a man, you align with the wrong woman, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to lose it all. At some point, whether you lose it in this lifetime or when you pass and whatever you might have planned for your future generation, it's not going to last, man. Women that have not built their own careers, their own success, they don't come from families that establish themselves, they're a liability to any man that is successful. You do not need to bring any woman down from the mountain to the top. You need to climb the top of the mountain and meet her there. That's it. The same way you would do it with your male friendships, like my brothers in the back, do the same thing with women. Trust my baddies only. Only the best in your circle.
If your woman is into esoterics or tarot, run immediately. She is the most dangerous type of woman. She looks like a fairy, smells like lavender, and talks about vibrations. Being around her feels warm and peaceful. But there is one side effect you won't see coming. Magical thinking is her tool to avoid accountability. She ignores logic and follows only her impulses. For this woman, the line between good and evil is gone. She doesn't seek truth, she seeks excuses. When she says, we should let each other go, it means she's been cheating for a week. When she says, the universe gave me a sign, it means she just spent the night with her ex. If she wants to leave, she calls it soul lesson. For your own good, avoid these women. Otherwise, you'll be booking a consultation with me.
These modern women, they go off their gut, their intuition, the universe, a sign, and then it be dead wrong, out of alignment, misguided the whole entire time.
I could sit here now and honestly tell you, I think I've seen absolutely everything in the world. Maybe not aliens, but now I'm close to my bucket list, you know?
Hey, ChatGPT, should black people be proud of being black?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Should Latin people be proud of being Latin?
Yes.
Okay. Should Asians be proud of being Asian?
Yes.
Should white people be proud of being white?
No.
Interesting.
If you really like a woman and you sit here and tell yourself that she's going to play games, she's going to break your heart, she's going to be just like your ex-girlfriend, or you're going to tell yourself you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you aren't fit for a relationship. Whatever you tell yourself is true. Point blank, period. So if you think you can, you're more than likely right. And if you think you can't, you're more than likely right. Because whatever you tell yourself is your truth. So if you say the modern dating world is hopeless, you don't even want to be part of it anymore. You are done dating. You want to be alone for the rest of your life. That is true for you, and that will happen for you. You are creating your own destiny. Hopelessness receives no abundance.
Just want to give a small health tip real quick. As you know, within the Assassin, we focus on health, wealth, relationships. Here's a tip on health. If you've ever been around me, you know I only drink water, and every now and then I'll have some orange juice. But it turns out that not even the orange juice is safe. And that's because if you drink a pure glass of orange juice, it's actually the same as drinking a glass of Coca-Cola, which is just chemicals. Why? Because of the sugar. And the fact that without the orange itself, you don't have the whole orange, which impacts the way the sugar hits your bloodstream. So in the absence of having an actual orange, no, you don't get great benefits from drinking orange juice. It's largely something you would engage for pleasure, which frankly, I think the greatest pleasure in life is having a strong, healthy body. So I say that to say this. It turns out that water, that good old H2O, is the best one to stick with. And I also want to encourage you all that, I've heard people say, mostly lower class people, like, oh, I don't like the taste of water. You're mentally unwell. And this is why it's important to raise your children with a no sugar diet. Comment thoughts below.
Yeah, and I think a lot of orange juices, they actually add sugar to it. A lot of juices, period. But orange juice, apple juice, they add a lot of sugar to it. So you want to be careful of that. But of course, a lot of the gym bros, they could have told you that.
Yeah.
Don't cheat, okay?
No, I ain't cheating. I'm no motherfucking waiting.
Okay, okay.
Shit.
Okay,
I
okay.
ain't touched the motherfucker.
All right. Don't be mad, baby. Babe, just chill out. Just chill out, okay? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Just chill out. Alright. I just want to say, if you ever love me and leave me, there's going to be some consequences. Take your stuff off. Take your stuff off your face. Take your socks off.
It's a little cold out there.
Look.
And honestly, my man, you're getting off easy. A lot of women would do that. And they would take your money, and then they would come back and take your entire mental health and your pride.
Question. What do you look for a man that you date in 2025?
This is my girlfriend.
So, when you went on the first date, how do you decide who pays for it?
I decided to take the initiative because I wanted to, but I don't think that it should be on one specific person.
Do you find that even in lesbian relationships, there are still masculine and feminine roles?
I think that there can be, but I don't think that happens in every relationship.
So how do you guys tackle it together?
I think it's just a trade-off, you know? It's like, it doesn't have to be exactly equal all the time, but you know you're gonna pay back.
At what point in your life did you realize that you didn't like men?
After I had my first boyfriend, and I just didn't really want to talk to him, I didn't want to do anything with them, and I don't find men attractive in that way. I can find them pretty, but I'm not attracted to them.
And how old were you at the time?
I think I was 13 or 14.
How do you even process that at that moment? You're like, you know what? Something's off about just men to me.
I think it's really hard to navigate it, especially like you have to have a good support system to figure out who you are, I think.
And for you?
I thought I was bi for a while, probably when I was like 13. But I think it was hard figuring out that like I can want male validation and not be like attracted to them.
What does male validation do for you if you're not even attracted to men?
Good question. I feel like society pushes that you have to do this for men. You have to look good for men. You have to like keep yourself pretty for men. So I feel like it's hard to shake that when it's like forced on you your whole life.
Good question. Good question. I'm still going to do it regardless of if I'm a lesbian or not. I'm still going to do it. I still want your money. I still want your energy, regardless of if I'm a lesbian or not. Period. End of story. I don't like you. I'm not attracted to you. I don't want to be around you. But I want your money regardless. Isn't that crazy?
If we dating, leave your pride with your ex. We communicate, we apologize, and we change behavior over here. Now don't let that go over your head. Straight up.
And this might be the biggest red flag of all. You are constantly tired, mentally drained, but you can't point to one big blow up or event. That's because her abuse is death by 1,000 cuts. Little digs, subtle disrespect, inconsistent affection, sudden mood shifts. It's psychological whiplash. It leaves you bleeded but confused because you can't prove it. Let me say it clearly. If being with her costs you your peace every day, even if you can't explain it, that's a sign. You are not lazy, you are not broken, you are not weak. You are in a war zone with no exit signs. So, what now? Here's what I want you to take from today's episode. If you feel confused more than calm, it's not love. If you are always the one apologizing, it's not healthy. If her words don't match her actions, leave her actions. And most of all, you are not crazy for finally seeing it. You are finally sane.
Baby, I'm blessed. Thank ya. Y'all talking about I'm gonna spend all my taxes. Baby, no, I'm gonna buy me a car. Give me somewhere to stay. Responsibilities. Yes, baby, I'm gonna have my things. When I get my taxes, I always take care of my responsibilities first. My kids do need things, but they're not really wanting for it. Myself, I do have to, I don't have to, but I am looking for a bigger place. Because my kids are much older now and they want their own room, and I think they deserve their own room, and I need more space for myself. We are in a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, and we have 12 kids, and it's me and my husband. So how the fuck is that working? Like, we gotta move ASAP. I don't know about you, but I already got my wigs and my nails done, so I don't need to buy that. Thank you.
I ain't mad at her, man. She's happy. She's getting $20K from her income tax. I don't never get income tax. I always owe for some reason. You know what I mean? But till I found the right CPA lawyers, had to find the right people. But yeah, 12 children, that's not a lot of money, man. You know what I mean? That's gonna be gone. Maybe it's 30 to 60 to 90 days. But I wish the sister well. She's got to get a car. She got to get a bigger place. There's in 3-bedroom, 1 bath. She want all the kids to have their room. So you go at least need a 5, maybe 6-bedroom home.
And I was looking to hear that she was doing it alone, but it makes me feel better that she actually has somebody. I thought she said her husband or something like that was caring for the children. Too many times you have women in this position that have 7 or 8 kids by themselves, and they're looking for a man to come in and pay for all of them. So yeah, kudos to you. I don't know if, you probably gonna need a little bit bigger than 5, but that's with 12 kids, they probably gonna have to sleep 2 to a room, 3 to a room. 5 bed, 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, you probably need a little bit bigger than that, and unless they're gonna sleep 3 to a room, 3, 6, 9, 12. Even that's 4 rooms. Wow.
So I have an 18-year-old son, and me and him we've never lived together, right? And me and his mum have not been together for pretty much all of his life. He has an amazing relationship with his mum. He has an amazing relationship with me. Me and his mum, we're not the best of friends. there's no animosity, there's no issues, but we don't hang out, we don't really speak, and it works. It works that way. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this is because my son's at an age now where he's asking questions. How did you break up? Why did you break up? How were things when you were together? And he wants answers. And he's got the right to these answers. And thankfully, I can respond and have the conversation with him in a way which doesn't change the way he looks at me. Some of you are behaving in a way that you're not going to be able to explain to your child when they're old enough to understand. Some of you are behaving in a way you wouldn't even want your child to know about when they're older. So really ask yourself, if your child was old enough to understand right now exactly what was going on, and understand right now everything you're doing or not doing, would you be happy with them knowing that information? And if the answer's no, maybe it's time to change the way you're behaving.
And you know, I really like this reality check for men, because this is something that, once again, I think Janice, Cheyenne talked about, and a lot of other creators have talked about. Men, influencers, they hold other men accountable, and they say, hey, here's what you need to do to improve in every facet. Get better, get in the gym, eat better, eat cleaner, eat healthier, better your relationships, maintain those relationships. But it seems like for a lot of modern women, they're watching content like Shira 7, right? This content of, you need to trick the man, you need to take the man's money and all that other nonsense.
You're confused why she pulled away, so let me translate it for you. If you've been talking to a girl on or off and then it suddenly stops, it's because she's getting banged by someone else. She's switched lanes. Women keep carousels of men and they jump on different rides. You were an option. He became her upgrade. Your mistake was that you were texting good morning and he was building tension with her. Don't even bother asking how to get her back. He's probably with her right now. Men at the top don't beg, they replace. If she left, she voted, and you lost the election.
Why you had your balloon unpopped?
She got her head on straight. She know what she want to do. She know what she doing.
Right. Okay. Why you pop his balloon?
Because he's a Sag.
And why you don't like Sages?
I know what I'm compatible with, and I know what I'm not compatible with, so.
Now you gotta elaborate on that.
Just me and Sagittarius are not compatible. Like I know, I'm very into like horoscopes, and I know fixed signs. I know red flags. I know what I like, certain characteristics and traits. Like it's just certain energies I don't mix with. So.
Okay.
And the crazy thing is, she's saying this with a straight face. She's saying this with a straight face.
Let's break down 5 phrases narcissistic women use to control you and what they really mean. The first phrase they'll say is, you are too sensitive. On the surface, it sounds like a comment, but what she's really saying is, I'm going to hurt you emotionally and then shame you for reacting. This phrase is meant to shut you down, make you feel weak for expressing normal emotions, and train you to stop pushing back. And over time, you'll stop defending yourself altogether because you have been conditioned to believe your pain isn't valid. That's not love, that's emotional control. The second phrase they'll often say is, you are the narcissist. This one hits hard because it makes you doubt your own sanity. This is narcissistic projection 101. She flips the script the second you call out her toxic behavior. You'll say things like, I don't like how you are treating me. And she'll say, wow, you are the narcissist. And what's happening here? She's accusing you of being exactly what she is to derail the conversation, confuse you, and avoid accountability. So you'll start Googling, am I the narcissist? And she gets away clean. That's psychological warfare, and it works until you wake up to it. The third thing female narcissists often say is, no one else has ever had a problem with me. Yes, the reputation flex.
Received an inquiry from an 18-year-old and he said, hey, I'm 18, is that a problem? And I said, yes, that's too young for me. I don't feel comfortable. Then he sends me a photo of himself. He's like Do I look 18 though? And I said, yes. Sorry, it's not a look thing, it's age thing. I can pay extra. And I'm like, and then he's like, I'm staying at the Shard as well. Then I received the photo of his weenie.
This chick has class, which is rare. Sure, the comment section is not very classy. And that's the problem with women, I think, because what I see here is a young man who is just discovering his sexuality. Comment section likely is calling this guy pathetic and why did he try so hard? Why did he persist after the first no? No, that's what I commend him for, actually. Honestly, I think he had really good instincts. He kind of said, look, I don't look 18, I got extra money, I got a big dick. You know, like he tried all the things that might get him a yes. Imagine if dudes just stopped at the first no. Imagine the things that wouldn't exist in our world. Industry, enterprise, invention, civilization, need I go on? I don't like men that give up. When you conflate persistent with predator, you undermine the one thing you bitches fucking want. Y'all bitches love doing that. Y'all bitches love turning ambitious, dominant men into fucking help desk associates. That's your whole MO.
A big thing that you said was that let's not look at the F minus because we already got an F. I mean, could you see how that's like it comes off as like a sidestep of accountability of seeing like, well, what is going on with Black women? And so, cause kind of like, well, everybody's failing. So, I mean,
that's
like,
not what I said. I said everybody's failing. So we both need to see what we have to do better. That's not a sidestep.
So,
that's a call for accountability on both sides.
Did anybody else hear it like that? I mean, it kind of sounded like it was evening it out when it's like, no, there's definitely a group doing worse.
Right. And my point is that the worst that you're talking about is it has not just to do with the F minus. It is both. When I talk to Black women about why they're single, it's not because they're fat. Like when I'm talking to Black women, they're saying, well, the issues that I'm having is I can't connect with him emotionally. I don't feel wanted. I don't feel like, or not wanted, but I don't feel like he's being consistent, right? Those sort of things. Yes, there are issues with Black women, and we can talk about them right here today. We can talk about attitudes and things like that because I don't disagree that they exist. But I do think that by saying that because you're worse, if we deal with you, everybody else will be better. That's not fair. I don't think that's fair. What I'm saying is, we deal with the two lowest statistics because they're the ones trying to get together. Black men are not showing up to the dating market as healthy as they could be, and Black women are not showing up to the dating market as healthy as they could be. And we need to address both of those things. That's all I'm saying, and I think I've been saying that.
Yeah, you definitely, you absolutely make consistent.
Why is that a sidestep though?
I agree with you that that Black women and Black men in general are just doing poorly in marriage. I think that is really obvious. I think that's really obvious. The perception of a sidestep comes from like when we put everybody in the same container rather than saying like, okay, this group has some particular issues that they're bringing in. Black women have some particular issues that they're bringing in general, and Black men also have some particular issues that they're bringing in general. I mean, we like
that's
money. We're going to be talking about money.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's not a sidestep. That's just being clear about what's happening. But Black men are Black men are doing 7% better than Black women in the dating market. You can't just look at numbers and say that means something when we're looking at a grossly large population. We cannot just say that is the biggest problem. That is the only problem. And if Black women got skinnier, and if Black women had less attitude, then we would all be better. And that's just not it. That's not it.
I would like to see. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Small waist, whatever capital, a majority of.
But I think a big one here is accountability. That's it. I think society a lot of times, especially like say for instance with the male loneliness epidemic, then the man has to be accountable for the stuff that he's not improving. Too many times you see modern women getting away with stuff and not being held accountable. They're not being held accountable for their side of it. And as a result, they get worse. So whereas, say for instance, take for instance, your example, Black men, 34%. For this example, Black women, 34%, right? They continue to get worse. Even though, we're outpacing men, we're outgrowing men, we're outdoing men. You're outdoing men in education, but you can't get a man that's in a relation. You can't find a man that wants to settle down with you, and that's what you're looking for. You know what I mean? You got to hold yourself accountable. You can't even get in the door. Or when I do get in the door, then people like me and they want to stay married to me. Right. That's great. But you can't even get in the door. So it doesn't matter if you have you're in the same position. It don't matter if you have your education. It don't matter if you're a boss, babe. You can't get in the door. Because men continue to tell you that's not what we want. That's not what we want. And you sit up here, well, I'll just stay single. Right. Okay. The flip side of that is you're saying, okay, even when a man, so say for instance, black men get married at a higher rate than black women do. You talk about interracial couples, not even interracial, just in general. But let's say you go black woman, white man. It's harder for them to get married, but they stay married longer, even over a white man, white woman. But then when you look at a black man, it's easier for him to get married. But black woman, black man, white woman has some of the worst divorce rates out of everyone. So on that front, you have to say, okay, black man, you're able to get in the door, but you're not able, somewhere in there, you're not able to keep the relationship going. You're doing something in a relationship that's causing it to splinter. We could, and the reason, I think the top reason was, or the issue with that, from my research, was that specifically black men and white women, and a lot of black men and other races, they face basically a lot of pushback on, being an interracial couple, right? So why'd you go marry that black man, basically, especially for white women? And then it puts a lot of stress on the relationship, right? So according to research, that's one of the biggest stressors. But nevertheless, can you look deeper and see if there's an issue that you need to fix, right? So men have to be held accountable, while modern women can just deflect, is what you're saying. That's why Taylor said that Veronique was sidestepping.
My money is my money. Your money is our money. But wait first, how much do you have? Like, how much is the money? Like, let's understand something. Because if the money is not the kind of money that if your container lands at the sea, you not have heartbreak. I want a hair. Like, how much? And also, you as the man, why are you targeting the money that is not there? Why are you targeting the small one? She needs the whole body. What are you targeting it for? Why? Even this my money said, most of the money said, where will they get? Now, man, they give. sorry. But you understand what I mean? You understand what I mean? Go the hair. Besides the whole work and the whole stress, because who likes stress? Do you understand what I mean? Good. Anyways, I'm a very peaceful person. I really don't find trouble and all that. And I'm sorry if you find this video triggering. I am so sorry. Thank you. Most of this stuff stems off from like selfishness and all that stuff. Like it has its own basic, it has its own levels and all that stuff. When it concerns love, selflessness, do you understand what I mean? Good.
If your woman has a male friend, she knows exactly what he wants. She felt how he accidentally touched her. She's noticed him staring at her body 1,000 times. She sees it all, but she pretends it's not happening. Because if she admits he wants her, she has to stop the communication. Try telling her, he's imagined you without clothes, right? She will act disgusted. How can you say that? You are sick. He's not like that. He has a girlfriend. Don't believe the act. She's not blind. She's just enjoying the attention at your expense.
It's impossible to satiate these women, okay? The more that you give them, the more they expect. Give them dog shit and tell them to be happy with it.
These bitches are gonna cook you and give them too much. Just feeding the delusion. Break up 2.5 months ago, but she's still calling your mom. That's harassment. I'd file a PPO on that bitch. The fuck? She got no business calling your mom. Ask your mom, whose side are you on? Whose side is she on? Yeah, you keep allowing her to lie to you, bro. Cut her off. She keeps lying to you. No, you allow her to lie to you. She's playing a game. She's trying to fucking put her little fucking hooks in you, dog. Let it go. Find a new bitch. How does my AI work? It works like any other AI. It'll call you out on your bullshit.
Bada bing, bada boom. Convert your ego into productivity. Everybody has an ego. Instead of letting it control you, it can be used to benefit your life. Our egos cause us to naturally compare ourselves in society. We'll view some people as ahead, some people as behind. We compare our haves and have-nots. Our egos cause many of us to start to hate on others. We try to lower them to make ourselves feel better about our own lives. But instead of doing this, we can turn our egos into growth. We can take that competitive energy, take whatever comparisons that we have, and turn it into fuel for growth. Instead of comparison being the thief of joy, it can simply be data for what is possible for me to accomplish. If I see someone else growing and doing better than I believe I am, I can turn that into energy that helps me. I can grow too. I can be more authentically me. I can do social media if other people are doing it. Instead of the ego being turned into negative energy, it is turned into positive energy. When you do succeed in the ways you want to, when you do satisfy your ego in a way that still embodies who you are, you will be much happier in the end. You will feel more accomplished. The ego is only bad when it controls you. It is extremely good when it is turned into power, into energy, into joy. It is fuel for growth. So use your ego wisely. Watch my YouTube for more, learning how to control your ego in my Discord or school communities. Drizzle, drizzle.
Here are 6 signs a man is with an emotionally immature woman, leaving him questioning himself and feeling like the entire weight of the relationship is on his shoulders. Firstly, is she doesn't take responsibility for her wounding and her triggers and her emotional experience. Secondly, is she closes off to her man, shuts down, and turns to criticism or disrespect when she's emotionally overwhelmed because she doesn't know how to handle her emotional experience. Number 3, she uses spirituality as a form of bypassing doing the deep inner work to heal her childhood trauma. Number 4 is that she expects a man to provide and to take care of her without any sort of reciprocity. Number 5 is she very quickly places a man on a pedestal, but then very easily tears him down when he doesn't meet her perfect expectations. And lastly, number 6, she uses guilt or withholding her love as a form of manipulation to get him to be a certain way or do a certain thing instead of being clear with her communication and speaking into what she needs.
Fellas, can I share something with you? Stop apologizing for expecting your wife to submit to you. Stop it. Stop it right now. Why? Because every single time that your wife doesn't submit to you, according to God's word, she's taking your home out of alignment. And once your home gets out of alignment, your children get out of alignment. Your finances get out of alignment. Your life gets out of alignment. So it is not wrong for you to expect your wife to follow biblical order. And as the head and the priest of that home, it is upon you to ensure that everyone in your home, including you, follows biblical order. So stop apologizing. Stop soft pedaling. Stop trying to make her comfortable with not respecting you and submitting to you because she's listening to people outside of your home that are telling her that it's a strong woman that doesn't submit. No, weak women don't submit because strong women obey God. Now, if you realize that your wife is out of order, I want you to type husband in the comments. And if you're a wife and you've been gaslighting your husband and making him feel guilty for expecting you to submit, I want you to type apply in the comments. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Take you there. That's all you gotta do is say that one.
C'est bien, bien mieux qu'être mal accompagné, pas vrai? Où est ton papa? Dis-moi.
I try to stay away from helping women in this regard because women don't like constructive criticism from a man. But I was having this conversation with my wife the other day and I figured I'd tell you. And so I hope it lands. But I played sports my whole life professionally at the highest level. And so one thing I learned as an athlete playing sports is, and all athletes could tell you this, if the coach is coaching you hard, if the coach is being tough on you, that coach cares. That coach is invested in you as a player. That coach wants to see you win. That coach is invested in your well-being. If that's happening, you're in a good spot as a player. Now, all athletes can tell you that if a coach is not saying anything to you, if that coach is not even criticizing you, that coach does not care about you, gives 2 shits about you. And so you apply this concept to relationships. If you're in a relationship with a man and you care about that relationship and you want to see that relationship become successful, if that man is criticizing you constructively if he's giving you feedback, if he's making you aware of your blind spots, if he's saying, hey, watch out for this, watch out for that, don't do that, I think this works for you, that's a good thing. That person's not trying to control you. That person cares about you. That person is invested in your well-being. That person is invested in your personal development. Don't trip. Now, if you have a man sitting by you and he sees you and he's not saying anything to you and he's not trying to criticize you, he's not interested in helping you get better, he's not saying anything to you, you may feel comfortable, but you should be worried because that person don't care. That person does not care about you. He's not invested in you. And that person is checked out, so it's only a matter of time. Now, I'm only here to help. I'm telling you this because a lot of you guys think that when a man is giving you constructive criticism, that person's trying to control you, or that person doesn't know what he's talking about. But I'm telling you, if a man is giving you constructive criticism, and I'm talking about a man that you like and that you're in a relationship with, that's a good thing. Don't trip. All right, you should trip when he's not saying anything to you. Do what you want with the information.
That's the direction that a lot of men try to do it, albeit imperfectly. And that's a thing that men have to improve on, is how to deliver your criticism, right? In your direction and your guidance, definitely. But once again, on the other hand, as a woman, you have to learn how to take it, sift through it, and figure out, oh, shoot, he's telling me this because he loves me and he wants to see me succeed. So let me go ahead and do it.